Elizabeth, we thought of giving you a special gift before you return to France.
I am thrilled.
It's the life of Marie Francoise, your great-grandaunt.
Our first Superior General, Mother Marie Desanges.
This biography is refreshingly vibrant.
I'm sure you will enjoy reading it.
Thank you, Mother.
It was in a happy home circle on 28th March 1845 that Marie Francoise, Mother Marie Desanges, opened her eyes on the world of her little village town, Pointe-Sénart, in the Diocese of Toulouse, France. Pointe-Sénart was not accessible by the main railway lines or by bus. People had to do a lot of walking to reach their destinations. François Duchesne, the father of Marie Francoise, had a little farm and a farmhouse which he maintained in all earnestness. Her mother, Jean-Marie Adu, a deeply religious person, gave her children a sound and wholesome formation. Marie Francoise was the second child of the family. Whatever might have been the financial constraints, the Duchesnes had a positive outlook on life and a cheerful disposition. Winsome and warm-hearted, Marie Francoise gave herself to the paradise of nature with a child's gladness and wonder. The evening sky gave her a sense of God's closeness. One day, Marie Francoise, barely 6, carried her little brother Victor to the window and, pointing out to the sky, told the infant, "God lives up in heaven. Good children are sent there." This little apostle, instructing the 1-year-old boy, never suspected the secret of her future course. One day, when she was returning from school, her friends found a bird's nest in a bush and carelessly dashed the nearly hatched eggs to the ground. Marie Francoise was horrified at this wantonness, and her delicate, sensitive heart made her gather the palpitating young ones on a leaf. She sat down with the tiny birds and hoped their mother would come and bring them to life. She cried and cried because she thought the boys would destroy them. Little did our young Marie dream that later in life she would be facing a similar situation when she would have to protect the Apostolic Carmel from total collapse. Just as the fields and meadows of Pointe-Sénart, with their varying shades and colours, formed a perfect unity, so too Marie Francoise's ardent, sweet and energetic character disclosed a profound unity. She was emotionally strong and lively, and at the same time thoughtful, sedate and intelligent. Marie Francoise, educated in the convent of La Croix with the Daughters of the Cross, was brought up in an atmosphere of piety. At an early age, she developed the germ of a religious vocation. She admired the sisters and wanted to love Jesus like them. She would pray long hours before the statue of Mother Mary in the chapel of the Daughters of the Cross, and the sisters, who were edified by her behavior, thought she would join them after completing her studies.
Papa, will you permit me to become a sister?
Francoise, darling, you are our first daughter. You will grieve your mom and me if you make up your mind to become a sister.
Papa, when I think of becoming a sister, I experience much peace within me. At other times, I feel restless.
Francoise, that's a growing up process. You'll get over it.
Papa,
No, 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 no.
Papa, I'll not do a thing to grieve your heart.
Persuasion, Marie knew, would be useless, so she waited for God's good time to come. Marie withdrew into herself and pondered deeply. She asked herself many questions. What is life after all? Fragile? Short? Can joys really last? Why are some poor and others so rich? All these reflections brought her ever more close to God.
God is dwelling in my heart, He and I are one. All His joy He gives to me, through Christ His Son. And with Jesus in my heart, what have I to fear? For He is the Son of God, in my heart He is near.
François Duchesne, after reacting to his daughter with a decided no, remembered his brother's invitation to have Marie in Toulouse. And so, Marie Françoise was sent to her uncle and aunt, who were childless. They centered their affection on her and were happy with Marie. Marie loved them, but made no attempts to speak to them regarding her vocation. She waited patiently, seeking God's will. It was certainly in the plan of God that Marie Françoise and Father Athanasius should meet, for he was to play a vital role in directing and guiding her to the cradle of the Apostolic Carmel in Bayonne.
Good morning, Marie-Françoise.
Good morning, Father.
Your eyes seem to sparkle with urgency. Good to see your resoluteness.
I am so happy ever after you told me of the mission in India. My time, my talents, my energy, and my whole life I want to give to God. I have decided to leave home soon after Christmas.
God bless you, my dear child. I've informed Sister Veronica about you. She will be waiting for your arrival.
It was the last time Marie Françoise would be with her dear uncle and aunt for a Christmas celebration. Marie's fingers were freezing, no doubt, but the zeal to give her life to the God of love and serve Him as a Carmelite kept her heart aglow. Her secret could not be shared with any of her dear ones. On Christmas morning, Marie Françoise decided to meet her parents. The soft rays of the winter sun melted the sleet, leaving puddles along the route to Pointe-Sénard. Marie Françoise walked briskly and reached home smiling. After greeting Papa and Mama, Joyeux Noël, she runs to greet Catherine, Euchre, Pierrette, Joseph, Victor, and the twins, Jean-Grégoire Timothée and Jean Bertrand. She missed her brother Pierre, who had died in her absence. The family felt happy to have Marie Françoise at Christmas. As they were enjoying the Christmas pleasantries, Euchre took Françoise to one side to share with her his future plans.
I am so happy that you are here.
Me too.
Francoise, I want to tell you something.
What's it?
I have made a lot of plans to go to USA. Papa has given me the permission.
I'm so happy for you, UK. You will certainly find your fortunes there.
Pray for me, Francoise.
The family gathered by the Christmas tree to exchange Christmas gifts. Marie-Françoise was very happy with her gift.
How lovely! I love this color.
It would have been the last time Mama would have the joy of giving Marie-Françoise such a Christmas delight. Marie's eyes beamed as she received all the love and affection from the family, but she knew what she should do before taking leave. All had to be done unobtrusively, while the strains of the Christmas carols filled the air.
I had this feeling for a long time that she was preparing herself for a great sacrifice.
Yes, against our wish, God has given her a religious vocation. She belongs to God now. We will have to learn to accept her departure for a good cause.
Oh, Francoise, how could you do this to your mom and dad?
Marie-Françoise was welcomed by Mother Veronica, the foundress and novice mistress, and by Bishop Marie Ephraim, who happened to be there at Bayonne on a visit. More things are wrought by prayer than this world dreams of, was the criterion of Mother Veronica when preparing her missionaries for India. These zealous young women will soon leave the land of their fathers and make Christ known and loved in a land which will be different from any in Europe. Yet they will be with people eager to accept what these foreign missionaries have to offer them.
Take and receive, O Lord, my liberty. Take all my will, my mind, my memory.
A Carmel for the mission. How blessed I am to be a sister of Carmel, soon to cross land and sea to serve God in India. Jesus, bless all those who helped me in fulfilling my desire to be the bride of Christ, especially Father Athanasius, showing me the way to Bayonne, this little Carmel, and for Father Gratian, initiating me to sisterhood, the holy habit, my new name. How can I thank you enough, Lord? Lord, I want to sing again and again, Take and Receive, the hymn I sang on the day I pronounced my vows on 7th June 1870.
Take and receive, O Lord, my liberty.
Bishop Marie Ephraim from India wrote and urged Mother Veronica to send the first group of active Carmelites to him without delay. Sisters Marie de Jange, Elias, and Mary of St. Joseph left for India with 6 cloistered Carmelites. They left Pau on the 19th of August 1870. The train moved to Marseille, from where they took a sailing ship bound for India. As the train gained speed, Marie de Jange had a glance at Pointe-Sénart, her hometown. Silently, a few pearly tears ran down her cheeks, which she gently wiped off. At the port of Calicut, a telegram came carrying news of the death of Marie de Jange's mother. She had died of a broken heart on hearing that her daughter had gone to the Indian mission. The sad news was wisely withheld from Mother Marie de Jange till she reached Mangalore. The last lap of their journey ended on 19th November 1870 when they reached Mangalore. Bishop Maury Ephraim welcomed the sisters in the Rosario Cathedral. After the Thanksgiving Mass, they were led to the convent. The children, according to the Indian custom, sprinkled scent and threw flowers all along the way. At the time of the arrival in Mangalore, Sister Marie de Jange found that Bishop Michael Antony's 5 Carmelite tertiaries were eager to join the Apostolic Carmel. They were received after a brief period of formation. Bishop Maury Ephraim, sensing the necessity of a proper novice mistress, appointed Sister Marie de Jange as novice mistress, a position she held for 22 years from 1870 to 1892. When Sisters Agnes and Cecil joined the Three-Bayon sisters, Bishop Maury Ephraim appointed Sister Agnes as local superior, Mother Marie de Jange as novice mistress, and Sister Elias as headmistress of the school. In St. Anne's, the cloistered Carmel and the Apostolic Carmel settled down as a single community for 7 months. Mother Marie de Jange delighted in recounting incidents of her childhood in France, and the novices listened with rapt attention.
My brother Eucher and I used to collect insects and put them in different bottles. Each insect had a name. He had a caterpillar named Herod, and mine was Queen of Sheba. We were very careful to keep them alive. Like a little mother, I used to get up at night, and as I hated Herod, I pushed his bottle away from mine, while Queen of Sheba rested peacefully.
Early in the morning, before anyone could wake up, Mother Marie de Jange would grip her little candle, light her way through the dark corridors of the chapel for meditation. She was like a good clock. Mother Marie de Jange had a beautiful singing voice. A few minutes before the midnight Mass of Christmas, she would join the choir to lead the singing. Everyone enjoyed her rich, melodious, and soul-stirring voice. The sisters enjoyed long, brisk walks with Mother Marie de Jange to the distant Jeppo Hills. These excursions brought much joy. They enjoyed the spiritual nuggets of Mother Marie des Anges as they walked with her. In 1870, Father Lazare, the Vicar General, was appointed superior for the two Carmelite communities, Cloistered and Apostolic Carmel. For a year, all went well, but gradually there were many challenges to face. One of them was the soul of Sister Mary of Jesus crucified. The Arab sister of the cloistered Carmel was given the grace of prophesying, experienced the stigmata, had visions and levitations. She became a bone of contention and division between the two communities. Mother Marie des Anges and Bishop Marie Ephraim considered her to be a fraud, while Mother Agnes believed in her. Father Lazare had great faith in her sincerity. Later, Mother Marie des Anges followed a policy of silence, not knowing the authenticity of the matter, and Father Athanasius approved her stand in a letter. Mother Agnes was not very happy when Bishop Marie Ephraim insisted on admitting some sisters from St. Joseph of the Apparition from Cannanore and Calicut, especially Magdalene Lubis and Mary Perelon, into the Apostolic Carmel without a novitiate. Thus was sown the seed of trouble. On this issue, Bishop Marie Ephraim and Mother Agnes had a difference of view, and Mother Agnes gave in her letter resigning her superiorship. The bishop accepted Mother Agnes's resignation and made Mother Marie des Anges superior of St. Anne's, in addition to her charge as novice mistress. Father Lazare was removed immediately from his office as Vicar General. Mary of Jesus crucified was sent away to France in October 1872 and Father Lazare in 1873. The sisters would enjoy a game of badminton with Mother Marie des Anges. Indeed, she was an expert in badminton. No one could defeat her, and of course, the game was punctuated with Reverend Mother's ejaculations in French. The coming of the railway in 1907 in Mangalore made commuting to the Mother House very easy for the sisters. Mother Marie des Anges' motherly heart gave the sisters a joyride in the train from Mangalore to Malabar. For many of them, it was a novelty. Although the constitutions of the cloistered Carmel were shared by the Apostolic Carmel, the bishop felt an urgent need to draw up a set of rules befitting the unenclosed community. While these plans were still under consideration, the bishop was stricken with malaria in 1873. The illness proved fatal. Before his death, Mother Marie des Anges, along with his sister, visited him to receive his last blessings. The dying prelate only opened his eyes and looked at them. Then he yielded up his soul into the hands of his Maker. Mother Marie des Anges wiped away the last tear and closed the bishop's eyes. Already bereft of Bishop Marie Ephraim and the link of Europe gone with the closing of the Little Carmel in Bayonne in October 1873, Mother Marie des Anges felt very much alone. After Marie Ephraim's death, for nearly 3 years, there was no appointment of a bishop. In 1876, Father Victor of St. Anthony was appointed Pro-Administrator and Vicar General. The first thing he did was to formally nominate Mother Marie Desange superior of all the 4 Apostolic Carmel convents. It was 1878. His circular reads thus:
Considering the request of the sisters, we have deemed it necessary to establish a Mother Superior for all the sisters. We have made choice of Mother Marie Desange and have nominated and constituted her the Superior General of the whole congregation of the Sisters of the Third Order Regular of Our Lady of Mount Carmel for 6 years till the 14th January 1884. We pray Divine Providence to bless and to assist you all in the performance of your duties. This order shall be read by all in the oratory the same day of its reception.
Mother Marie Desange endeared herself to her sisters by her sense of humor. She identified herself completely with her Indian sisters. She disliked the topic Indian or European. Once a parent asked her,
"You do excellent work, Reverend Mother, and one of your pupils has carried away the gold medal in English. May I know how many European sisters you have in your community?"
Not one of us was born in London or in Paris.
Her indirect, humorous reply silenced the calculating speaker. In 1878, the Carmelites handed over the Vicariate of Mangalore to Monsignor Pagani, S.J. It was a great event in the history of Mangalore. Mother Marie Desange felt that the sisters needed some special grooming. At first, she thought it could be done only by Europeans.
Oh God, we have 7 sisters from the most respectable and best educated families of Mangalore. They are so regular and devout. Why am I still focusing on European sisters to take up the superiorship in the few convents here? Oh God, help me, show me the way.
She decided to consult Bishop Pagani.
I have carefully read the contents of the letter which you sent me, especially with regard to European girls entering the novitiate with the idea of becoming superiors. They will certainly have their foundation laid not in humility, but in pride, and that will never do.
It's so true. I trust in the wisdom of the bishop's decision. I know the native sisters will prove better than the Europeans.
Mother Marie Desange walked bravely on the royal road of the cross. Her trials came from Cananor, Calicut, and Quilon. Irregularities had crept into the little convent of St. Joseph at Calicut. The chaplain there wished to run the establishment as he pleased.
Mother Augustine, today I will not be there for recreation. Let it be postponed. I told you let it be postponed.
But, Father,
Yes, when I return, I want you to elect a new superior from among you.
In Cananor and Quilon, the sisters were more submissive to the chaplains than to St. Anne's. In 1882, the cloistered Carmelites moved from St. Anne's to a newly built monastery at Kankanadi, Mangalore. And so, the Apostolic Carmel had St. Anne's to themselves.
Papa, I'm leaving now. I will come back after a week. Don't forget to take your medicines on time.
Pierrette, come back when you get time. Oh God, My 2 daughters are the only jewels I have at hand. For Marie-Françoise, I'm happy. She is doing God's work in India. My boys, the 4 of them, I have no news. Hope they are happy, found their fortunes in the USA. My 2 little boys, Pierre and Joseph, they are gone to God. I'm waiting to meet them in heaven.
Papa, you don't look well. Shall I call the doctor?
No, darling. Give me something to drink.
Mother Marie Desange mourned the death of her father, Mr. François Duchesne. Both her father and mother will pray for her from heaven, was her thought at that moment. In Quailon, the sisters followed the bishop of the place directly, even in matters of religious rules. Sisters visited home on a regular basis, freely and unaccompanied. A home visit was preferred to a retreat. Mother Marie Desange wrote to Mother Mary Perelon on 8th January 1879. If the sisters continued thus, we can no longer regard them as belonging to us. As I trained them and sent them out, I must let them know this for reflection and decision. We don't pretend to rule at Quailon. Mother Marie Desange ends her letter giving Mother Perelon and the Bishop of Quailon an ultimatum, as Monsignor Pagani had directed Mother Marie Desange to settle the matter once and for all. Her letter to the Bishop of Quailon unfortunately cut off all communication, and in January 1879 itself, the convent of Quailon severed its connection with Mangalore. Before Bishop Pagani's arrival, Mother Desange had feared that he would want only European sisters. However, he expressed his desire to have native sisters for the education of the young girls in Mangalore. Bishop Pagani was a father and friend of the institute. His assistance was such that Mother Marie Desange felt the dark clouds being dispersed from her life. He reminded the sisters that the life of any congregation depended very much on the harmonious relations of each house with the mother house and utter submission to a central authority. Mother Marie Desange was very particular that nothing in the house of God should be tardy, inelegant, or cheap. After putting in strenuous labor for about 22 years, Mother Marie Desange's health began to show evident signs of decline. The bishop, who noticed her weak health, gave her a recommendation letter and asked her to return to France to get the necessary attention and rest. Thus, Mother Marie Desange had a chance of meeting Mother Veronica after many years.
Dear gracious Mother,
how are you feeling after the treatment?
perfectly well, thank you, Mother.
Do you still follow the original rule, my child?
Oh no, Mother, we are given the rule of Saint Augustine.
And do you still call yourselves Carmelites?
Certainly, we are Carmelites. It is Father Victor Anthony OCD who changed our rule.
It seems you have departed from the spirit of Bayonne.
Mother, I understand. How painful all this must be to you. You gave our institute life. True, but it was God's plan that the Bayonne Carmel should pass into other hands.
Thanks to Father Athanasius, the priest who sent you to Bayonne. I am happy to know that the Bayonne Carmel in India is doing well. God used me as his instrument, and now he has entrusted you with the work.
We have always obeyed our superiors while sustaining this institution.
You have been calling me Mother all this while. I am just Sister Marie-Therese of Jesus now.
You will always be Mother Veronica to the Apostolic Carmel. You gave us our life.
After recouping, Mother Marie Desange returned to Mangalore. She brought the good news that the Apostolic Carmel had been granted affiliation and participation in all the privileges of the First Order. It was 5th November 1892. 4 years later, early one morning, October 1896, expecting the Governor of Madras to visit, St. Anne's, Mother Marie Desange went to the garden to select some choice flowers for a large bouquet to be presented to His Excellency. Noticing a stray dog in the garden, she tried to drive it out. The animal turned and bit her. The dog was mad. Since the required treatment was not available in India, she had to return to France once again. It was a long, lonely, painful journey. She met her spiritual father Athanasius during the long treatment at the Pasteur Institute. She also visited the cloister at Pau and renewed the ties once again with Mother Veronica, our foundress in Pau. Mother Marie Desange returned to Mangalore on January 17, 1897. On 14th January 1903, Mother Marie Desange celebrated her Silver Jubilee as a Superior General.
Marvelous He has brought for you, O Mother dear. Come and share this joyous day with one and all. Silver Jubilee, announce the day of glad tidings. Silver Jubilee, proclaim your love to humanity.
On 6th January 1906, Mother Marie Desange became ill while her assistant, Sister Aloysia, was away in Malabar. While awaiting the operation of the abscess in her chest, she asked for Sister Aloysia. Only Mother Marie Desange's natural European strength and energy helped her to stand the strain of the difficult operation.
Mother, have you nothing to tell us?
Sister Aloysia, I am too ill to make an exhortation. Keep your rule and love one another.
She underwent 3 operations within 2 months. As summer approached, doctors ordered her to be shifted to Wellington, Nilgiri. Wellington did not give her much comfort. When she was asked if she would like to make her confession, she said yes 3 or 4 times. After her confession, she kept repeating prayers.
I want to go to heaven. Sweet Jesus, come and take me to heaven.
A telegram was sent to St. Anne's, 5 p.m. It said, Mother Marie Desange expired. It was a sweet and peaceful death. It was decided that Mother Marie Desange should be buried in Mangalore, as she had toiled there. A French missionary helped them out by ordering a double coffin in zinc and oak. The coffin was placed in a special wagon, and as the train moved on to Calicut, Tellicherry and Cannanore, sisters waited at each station to have a last glimpse of their beloved Mother Mary Desange. In Mangalore, as the procession moved on to St. Anne's, the Jeppo band played the Dead March.